It's Gordon Bennett TV. 67 hours ago at 9:30 on the 21st of August, 15 balloons rose into the skies of Poland. Now we have 3 balloons still in flight. Benoît joins me in the studio, currently in the lead. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Currently in the lead, we have France 1 on about 1,240 kilometres. France 2, 994 kilometres. Landed on the ground, currently in 3rd place. Poland 2, 950. And still chasing in the sky. Swiss 2, 915 kilometres. Benoît has the berry.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I put the berry on because my fans on your TV show, you know, the thousands of people watching, said you're not you without your beret, so you got to put your beret on. So here it is.
So let's have a look at what's happening down there. France 1 down in the middle.
Yes, France 1 now. They've crossed the border very early this morning after the very eventful night we've had, and now they are right in the middle of France, making their way maybe to Western France. We'll see what they will do during the night. We've got the other balloon there. That's France 2, Eric de Sellier and Benoît, and they are chasing. They're a few kilometers away, but they're now in home country because that's Eastern France. That's more or less where I live. And then we've got there at the back, just entering France now, our friend Kurt and Pascal on Swiss number 2. What I want to say is those 2 balloons. The pilots have been taught to fly with Vincent Lace, the record holder. The Petit Prince on France 2 is Vincent Lace old balloon. So they are very experienced people, and they're doing well.
They are indeed. We caught up with Eric de Selliers and Benoît, France 2 in the skies a little bit earlier. Let's have a look.
Good afternoon from Team France 2. We're on the 3rd day, and we spent all the day at 4,500 meters, heading straight to France, back home, and with a perfect, nice weather. It's quite interesting today. The 2 first days were very hard. We slept very few because a lot of navigation. Today is a bit more relaxing, and we are preparing for the 4th night because we want to be on the podium, so we will fit against Switzerland. Hello to everybody, thanks for all of support, and see you tomorrow.
Bye bye. 67 hours in flight. It's almost hard to consider. Just as an example, I had some friends just at the World Parachuting Championships in Russia, and one guy in particular was making a blog about his journey back from the event back to the United States, but he's in business class lounges and he's on planes and he's like, oh, it's been 30 hours, I can't believe I'm at home already. 67 hours in a basket, Benoît, I can't imagine it.
67 in the basket. You know, very often I've got to, just for people to imagine now, I step on the table and said, imagine spending 67 on 1 meter by about 80 centimeters. That's all the room they've got, especially when the other guy is asleep. You've got no room at all. Usually you stand up or you got a little stool to stand on, but you don't move in case you wake the guy up. I can see on the shot that we've got the wind maybe for tonight because it's at 600 meters high, so the wind will take them south France. They've been flying very high today. I think, I don't know if you explained it in previous show, it's because during the day the sun heats the balloon, so the balloons go up, and the guys don't want to touch anything now because they are really looking after the ballast as if it was gold, and they will not touch anything. So in the evening, when the sun is not shining anymore, not warming up the balloon will go down, and they might be flying maybe slightly higher than that, but so what the idea is anyway, that the wind is still going west. The weather looks very fine in France, and they're heading for the coast. And as I said last night, they'll be having oysters and seafood by tomorrow.
Sounds absolutely beautiful. We spoke to Michel in the headquarters of the French team. Bonjour, Michelle.
Bonjour, Regan.
French headquarters, good to see you. How's your day going? It's all action with you guys right now.
Oh, it's going to be the worst day. And because the race is amazing, you know, and we were following your TV morning show, and so nice to see Hervé in the basket. But for us, after 3 days and 3 nights as well, we are not so. We have to find more convictions and. Yes, because these 48 hours are going to be, the race is going to be done in these 48 hours, really.
Yes, and how many people are there with you, with your team?
Oh, we are about 2 ETCs, 2 MET, and two persons per balance for the track, for 2 trackers. So
We've just been
around 10 people.
We've just been having we just had a call with the headquarters of Swiss 2 just a few moments ago.
Oh, and how many are there?
Say again.
How many people do you work for the Swiss 2?
Well, do you know, actually, it's a very good question because I didn't ask. I forgot to ask him how many people was there.
Okay, I'm going to say we are about 25 here working and completely ready for these next 48 hours.
I'm just being told off camera that they've probably got 5 or 6 people there at Swiss 2.
I'm joking. So now we have to deal, in France, we have to deal with the military zone areas.
Right.
And because, as you know, in the middle of France, we have to, but we had contact with them, and they are trying their best to let all the balloons, even the Switzerland, flying through.
Oh, good. That's fantastic to hear. Yes.
Yeah. So, what about what can I? Yes. What do you want?
Well,
what can I say more?
How do you feel about the rest of today? I don't know if you're going to talk about that or everything's all top secret, but I imagine it's just continued flying for now.
Yes, definitely. We're optimists. We believe in the podium, and so I'm not going to reveal, as you said, what's our strategies, but we got 2 balloons. So far, we got 2 balloons, 2 French balloons on the podium. It's fantastic, and if we can, of course, if we can win that race, that will be once more and much more fantastic. Anyway, we will see.
For me, it's a very different race than what I was expecting with the interviews I was doing in the couple of weeks leading up to this event. All the talk coming to me was out it being a very short race, a very short Gordon Bennett, and it's turned out to be not that at all.
Yeah, yes, definitely. On Friday, last Friday, we were completely going down because wow, it's going to be a short race. Yeah. And nights, and after 3 nights, and 2 days, full 2.5 days. Wow, race is still going on.
Incredible. Where is your location right now? Where are you situated?
Nearby in the Jura, on the northeast part of France, nearby Dijon. Okay. By the way, France 1 flew this morning about 50 kilometers north of our position. It was fun.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, if you've had the teams anywhere near you.
Yeah, no way to see him, but it was funny. So near.
Will we possibly see you for the award ceremony?
No, I'm sorry. I will leave the pilots in the ceremony because they really deserve that ceremony. We've got bed. We can sleep here. We can eat. We can drink. And for our pilots and for the other pilots, wow, they are amazing, and they did the race.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much for your time. It's
You're
always
welcome.
good to catch up with you.
I am back on, yes. More job is waiting now. So see you. Thank you very much for all the job and for the job that you do, and of course for the flight direction. And
thank you very much.
Mise à Benoît. Grosse bise à Benoît.
Merci beaucoup. À demain.
À demain. Ciao. See you.
It's Gordon Bennett TV from here in Poland. Benoît's with us in the studio. We've talked a little bit about France 1 and France 2. What about Swiss 2?
Oh, Swiss 2, they're the big cat, ready to bounce on the prey. We've known from the past, Gordon Bennett, that maybe the best position to be at one time is to be behind the two in front.
Yes.
So he knows what will happen, and if he has the means, he can decide on the fly and overtake them. I think, nevertheless, and of course, we know that Kurt and Pascal are very experienced. They are very good pilot. They got a good balloon. I think Kurt won the Gordon Bennett several times before, so they are very serious pilots and extremely good. So it's really a game like a poker game. That's a bluff game, and that it's all drama coming for the tonight, maybe, or maybe during the night again, because at least until tomorrow.
When you look at these tracks, these lines, if you just made them a straight continuation, actually Swiss 2, sorry, I was just going to point to the screen there to say that Swiss 2, it looks like they've got more land to play with than what the French do.
Well, there are trajectories that to me, I think the race might be finishing on the coastline, and it will be the guy that will gain the most distance. So don't forget that Torun is over there. So if you're going south, here you are, thank you. So you got the line for the distances, so it's easy to find. Yes. If you reach here, it's good. Really the bottom of France, so you're good. There, of course, you will miss distances. And if you want to gain more distance in France, you've got to really go for the Brittany bit, for the big nose of Brittany, and going as far as further as possible. But again, maybe the idea is to go, because we saw the wind chart earlier, that might be a chance to go there.
Interesting stuff. We spoke to the headquarters of Swiss 2 and the chase team. And welcome back. We've got our first live call with two locations. We've got the headquarters of Swiss 2 and the chase team of Swiss 2. Let's go with Iris and tell me who you're with, please.
Oh, very fine. Thank you. We are waiting of our balloon, and we have fun together and a good time.
And introduce your colleagues, if you will.
On your right side is Bruno, and my left side is Ruby.
Thank you. Where are you right now?
We are in Münster, Alsace, France.
And I'm really interested how the chase crew operations work. When do you know to be driving? When do you know to be stopped? How do you organize it?
I think it's very easy. We just look where the balloon is and we try to be up front of the balloon. That's it.
And how do you know that you're up in front of the balloon right now?
How we know this? We look at the map. It's so easy. We have a wonderful strategic team, and they give us the idea where it could go, and then we go step by step, and we try in the evening to be at the good location, to have a bed to sleep, and then we sleep as long as possible, and we see where we are, and then we chase again. But this year it was not so fast, so it was not so difficult to have the task been done.
And Gianmarco, are you responsible for guiding the team as well?
Yeah, that's also part of our task, yes.
And for accommodation, are you sleeping in hotels, or are you in tents, or sleeping in a camping car? How does it work?
Obviously, we are looking forward for a good hotel, next to the good street or a road when we have to go earlier in the morning away. So we have a look step by step.
We are aware that it could be that we have to be on the road the whole night.
Yes.
And it had not been yet the case, so we were very lucky.
For me, it feels like it could be a big adventure. I love a road trip, getting in the car and going for a drive. It's like the ultimate road trip because you're not really sure where you're going.
Correct. We can follow what you're saying. We follow you 100%.
That's a first. It really is. Gianmarco, how's it going for you back in the headquarters?
We're doing great. Getting more tired and tired by the hour, but we're having a lot of fun and the adrenaline keeps us going.
And let's explain to people who are looking at the tracking, it might appear that Swiss 2 are far behind the front, but that's not how the game works, is it? It's not about where you are right now, it's about where you finish.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. So one part of the strategy is where you are and where you're going, but the other part of the strategy is where are the others and how can you beat them exactly.
Just reading your body language, you've got a slight smile as you say that. That suggests to me you're feeling very confident about the game so far.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the last place for quite some time. We waited for a very long time in the northern part of Poland. And yeah, it took quite some guts to do this and let the others go. And now we're still fighting with the others. I think as we speak, we are in 5th position. I think maybe passing to the 4th right now. And it seems to be working out at the moment.
Well, as you know, I'm just a lowly TV presenter. I'm not a gas balloon athlete, but it feels to me that we are going into a 4th night.
Well, the decision is hard to take, and it's a little bit early to take it right now. The balloon will descend slowly as the sun is setting, and the balloon will need sand to stop the descent, and then we will see what's possible for all the 3 teams. As I said before, it also depends on what the others are doing.
Yeah, indeed it does. Chase crew, back to you. This is not the first time chasing, is it?
Yes, I think this is I don't really know exactly the number. I think the 23 or 24th chasing behind
what comes to mind as being the biggest adventure you've had so far on the chase?
Oh, these 2 times to the Black Sea. That was the biggest adventure for me.
Can you tell everybody watching a little bit about that?
Oh, a lot on the street, a road, and go straight, go fast, and the goal is to be by the balloon when they are coming down. Yes, and have a good time together in the car and drive safely.
Yes, stay safe.
Yeah.
Have fun and stay safe and enjoy the adventure, which it surely is. I'm going to let you get back to your afternoon. And Gianmarco in headquarters, thank you very much for joining us. Any last words from the team up in the air? How are they feeling right now?
Well, as far as we know, they're doing well. They're big fans of what they're doing, and they enjoy flying long and enjoy their hours. So yeah, they're doing good.
Great. Well, listen, thank you very much. All the team with Swiss 2, watching all the screens, Gianmarco out on the road, Iris and the crew. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Thank you.
Just over 67 hours since the takeoff of this race, the 64th Coupe Aeronautique Gordon Bennett. Benoît, I was surprised to see Swiss 1 landing as well.
Yeah, this morning it was quite a shock because they're quite one of the favorites in that race, and they're really good guys, but they had a slight problem, and they were worried about the balloon, and they thought they heard a leak, the gas hissing from the top of the balloon. So they heard it some earlier during the night. They heard it again. So they decided to land safely before anything could get worse. So
We caught up with the team, with Laurent and Nicolas on the ground. Let's see what they had to say. Swiss 1, Laurent and Nicolas join us. Where are you?
In a restaurant in Germany for the moment, going to Fribourg with all your team, post of command and retrieving team, and directly to pack all the things this afternoon, and tonight a big fondue in Fribourg.
Excellent. Sounds like a really good plan. Tell me about yesterday's flight and your landing.
Okay, so we are perfectly on timing, on track. We are on our ID according to our plan. So we were really happy with that at the end of the day. And then after, during the night, this was the third night with really a kind of low pressure balloon. Balloon is no spheric anymore, like a pier upside down. And we had a technical concern with a leak at the valve, a valve issue, a leak at the valve level. And we lose too much hydrogen. So that means we start not to just floating, but just to going down and down and down again. And at the end, it was no more possible to keep the safety at the appropriate level. So we decide to land. There is perfect place to land, that we decide to do that. So it's a pity for us for sure, but that's the best decision to take.
Yes, of course. And before that, the rest of the race, were you happy with your performance leading up to that?
Obviously, we are not very happy, as Nicolas said. We were in very good position to continue the flight during all the day and maybe the next night. But with the hydrogen leak, it was the best option to land at this very good moment, I think, and naturally be ready for next year in St. Gallen.
Yes, absolutely. We cannot wait. It's going to be another great event. Are you in touch with the rest of the race? Have you been looking at the tracking?
Well, yes and no. That means we have to pack all the balloons at the beginning of the day today, so we disconnect a bit of our screens. And but of course we have a couple of ideas. But honestly, just currently I can't say you who is who and who is where in the ranking.
Well, I want to wish you a good meal now and safe travels back to Freiburg, and we hope to see you very soon. But thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Regan. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So in the first part of the competition, we had Austria setting a target just over 400 kilometers, heading off down to the east. Then after that, Poland came back strong on this track that everybody's on now, and they set their target of just checking 950 more or less kilometers for Poland too. We've got some pictures from their landing, Benoît. Talk us through a little bit where they are.
Well, that's at daybreak, and they are at in the Black Forest area, south of Germany. Very beautiful, very touristic area, not far from Switzerland. You can see there's a bit of it's hilly. That's a relief, and that seems happy. It's a beautiful place, and but what you got to think about is that they landed at night. So the weather was good. There was no issue, no danger, because the wind was very calm. But it's a lovely place to be, and it's quite terrific. Look at this.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. We have got an interview lined up with them. We'll be bringing that to you on tonight's final show, the 8:30 show, with the all the updates of what's been happening, and we'll have Marcus Hagenay from the FAI with us in the studio as well, by Zoom, of course, not actually here physically in the studio. But let's see what you're all saying. Don't forget, we'd like to hear from you. Let us know your messages. Producer Mark over in the corner, any messages on social media?
We have Chilsha saying, what an exciting finish. I think we all agree with that. Ivor Thor actually says, cheers from Arizona. Do the crews carry any parachutes?
Well, that's a very good question, because I was interviewing the team from Swiss One before takeoff, and they actually had some very small parachutes and some very small harnesses. Remember that when they were showing us them?
Just go back and watch the 7:30 show on Saturday.
The 7:30 show on Saturday is where you can find the... How do you know that? How do you know it's there?
I'm your producer.
That's brilliant. That is really good. We had a little bit of chat earlier on. There was a bit of a team discussion going through on WhatsApp, and one of the organisers was talking about the closing ceremony and the event and all the preparations, and a couple of the teams, Mark, had something to say about that.
Yeah, it was quite funny, because the organizer said it's almost over, here's the details for the award ceremony, and then the teams from within the air, from like 3,000 meters above, said it's not finished, we're still fighting.
Very good.
All still to play for. Anything else on social media? Any more comments or shout outs for anybody?
Steve Lorton just says, thanks for the animating this incredible race with such dynamism. Steve Lorton says, hello Regan. And yeah, there's a bit of cheering for a lot of different countries.
And Benoît, it's back to your office and back to your directorship.
Yes, well, it's getting a bit quieter than the first days, but this morning we had a very busy early night, or early morning, but at 2:30 when one of the balloons landed. Then the next one landed 10 minutes later, and then Swiss one landed about 4 o'clock. So I'm expecting maybe there might be some night landing during the night. So we're keeping awake, we are keeping aware, and we are here. We're still doing our job.
Yeah, your desk is manned 24 hours a day, isn't it? All the way through the race.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you had some sleep? Have you got a few hours here and there?
I managed to sleep a couple of hours at night and then a couple of hours in the morning.
All right, well, we're back with all the updates from what's going to happen in the next, 2 or 3 hours? And we'll see where we are at. At the moment, 3 teams are in the sky. 2 from France.
Yes, that's incredible.
And 1 from Switzerland. We'll see you back here. Go on Bennett TV, 8:30.
Thank you.